What have you, Paul? This is Anarod, and welcome back to Frostpunk. Now, I had a problem with the game. I don't know what happened, but my computer crashed. Well, a bunch of things. I had to reset my computer. I had to reinstall the game, and I lost my saves. Don't know why. I have the cloud saves enabled, but something weird happened. But it is what it is. Fortunately, I was in a very I was in the early stages of the map, so I didn't lose much. So I'm gonna start the game again, and luckily I've learned a few things for the few days of the game. One of them was the food situation. I'm gonna cut the trailer that comes out now, so I'll pause the video and I'll come back once the trailer has ended. So I'll see you soon. The last autumn. I'm gonna say everything again because I like to. So we crossed the rough northern seas to reach Site 113, where we are to build the greatest marvel of technology, a generator. Your crew, lured by the promise of a steady job and eager to leave the work riots and bread queues behind, are somewhat taken aback at the sight of the desolate landscape surrounding the site. They were told not to ask for details, and there's no turning back now, so they're screwed basically. There's no consensus why this contract has such a high priority, considering the deteriorating situation of the Empire, but your superiors are clear. This is the most important job of your life. So, for the Queen and Country. Okay, Greenlands. It's kind of a pity that you don't have randomness into the maps. I'm very much aware of basic facilities. Before you start building the generator, you have to set up the basic supply infrastructure. This means building the docks and gathering the resources piling up by them. You'll also need a raw food source, the fishing harbor, or a foragers camp set up by a food source somewhere in the plains. Let me just pause the game. So, as I was saying, it's kind of a pity that they don't have a way to have randomness into the maps, and I get why this happens, because they lay out lay out everything so that the game is challenging and works the way they are expecting it to work. But if they could have a random map generator that could obey to some laws to make the game work properly, it would be awesome. So, first things first. Oh, I haven't seen this. I was actually watching a YouTuber play the game for the first few days. And I saw him touching this coal pile. And it has a bunch of coal, so we're good there. So, basic facilities. Research and build docks. Okay, that's one of the first things we need to do. Start gathering resources piled up by the docks and build and activate the fishing harbor or set up a foragers camp. So first things first, we have 90 homeless people. We have 35 wood and 25 steel. So we're gonna start by we are book of laws. So this is a new book, administration. Find ways to keep your people healthy, fed, and motivated. So, where should I start? The chapel has one great advantage, which is you increase the motive. So in this game, I don't know if I said this before, but if I haven't, I'm gonna repeat myself. If I haven't, it's the first. So this game, unlike the first parts, the other game, we had discontent and hope, if I'm not mistaken. On here you have discontent and motivation. The way the motivation works is very simple. You have 3 stages of motivation. The middle motivation is the normal way to work. So they work at an efficiency bonus of 0%. So they have no efficiency bonus. They work the way they work. If you are able to push the motivation across to this side, so the far right side of the bar, you'll get a 33% motivation bonus. If on the other hand you have the motivation down to the first part of the bar, the left side of the bar, you'll have a minus 33 efficiency bonus. It's not a bonus, it's a reverse bonus. So you need to be very... So unlike the other maps where you could have discontent almost at the end and hope almost at the bottom, that you could find your way to make everybody work the way you wanted. Over here, if you mess up with motivation, your workers will work at 2/3 of their ability. So that's a very bad thing to have. So at a first, we need to have motivation high. So I'm gonna try to use the Book of Laws to increase my motivation. One of the ways that I can do that is to have chapels. Now, chapels, as you can see, is a place of prayer and all that stuff, and people living nearby will gather to pray, which will raise their motivation. And you have the ability after you can make a new law, you have the ability to make an evening service. So evening services will increase the motivation just a bit more. So chapels are a good thing. Now, I need to build a chapel, and I have 4 days to do it. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put a gathering post here and a gathering post here, and that will cover all of my stockpiles that are here. Okay, we have 90 workers. Very good. So I can just assign a bunch of people to this. I like to play my game at a faster rate, so okay, we have 30 people free. No. Let me just remove. Okay, we have 15 engineers. Oh, the engineers cannot work anywhere except the places where they are, suit up to work. So it's a different thing. On the last map, or on the other maps, on the winter maps, you were able to put engineers almost everywhere. Here, engineers are only almost for specific works. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put... So first I'm going to let them gather some resources. And now I'm going to go to... Where are you? Tech. Workshop. So I'm going to place it here. And... Ooh, nice and easy. Opa. Okay, let's just... Why can't I... Okay. And you want... First, a word of advice. First steps. Sir, our employer, the Imperial Exploration Company, has prepared the site for us. Besides digging the enormous shaft for the underground part of the generator, they left some construction materials behind to get us started. We should set up camp and clear the area around the shaft to make space for the construction facilities. Yes. So we're gonna need, and we have the construction site. The area around the generator shaft is the construction site, with few exceptions. Only buildings from the generator tab can be placed there. One of the exceptions is, of course, the gathering post. So, should I build more things? We're going to build a cookhouse eventually. Now, Now, for now, at least, we don't need to worry about the ooh, super hot. For now, we don't need to worry about temperatures. Nor food. I haven't made the calculations about it, but I've seen a YouTuber say something like, only by the third day will they start eating raw food. So until the day 3, you can just let them starve a bit, and then make food for them. Okay, now we're gonna have our engineers working there, and we want. I'm gonna say that there are 2 buildings that are priority for me. Docks and sawmill. Docks will give me steel at the moment, and sawmill will give me wood. With the docks, you are able to get steel, coal, and wood. But I do have plenty of trees around. I do have wood near me as well, so docks will provide me with steel for the moment, or at least on the long term, I'm gonna grab steel from it. So now I want the sawmill, because sawmill is gonna give me a really high bump in wood, which is what I want for now. So you have I cannot forget that I need to build a chapel. Camp life, idle hands. As the first workday ends, people start gathering in small groups to chat or play cards. A couple of workers are throwing rocks down the huge central shaft. Deep in it, and to think we have to work down there. Yep. Out of boredom, or maybe to exorcise their fears, more workers join in. Soon, rocks start raining down the hole. They need to eventually grab them to, you know, if they throw a lot of rocks down there, then things are going to go bad. This might be dangerous, but the camp offers very little other entertainment. Let them be. So, eventually somebody's going to complain about the homeless people. And eventually oh, new law. New law. Evening service. If people could get together in the chapel to listen to words of scripture, it would raise their spirits. Okay, new ability, evening service, chapel. Each use increases motivation. This is what we want. So what I'm going to do is quite simple. I'm going to build a few tents. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and ooh, okay, I can place a okay, like here. Okay, so 4 tents, 4, 5. I might need to shorten this. 5, 6, and we're out of wood. Not a problem now. Just build them. There we go. 3 of the homeless people fell ill. People got a cold. So a few of our people got a cold from sleeping on the ground. We should provide them with some kind of accommodations, if only because this might impact our efficiency on the long term. I'll provide shelter for everyone. Trust me. I know what I am doing. We have 3 sick people. Now, health. Medical posts. Opa. Chapel built. Chapel has been erected, giving people a place to pray together and find comfort in faith. Motivation rises. Now, we are going to need... There you go. Next, we are going to do what? We need to... What did I want? Oh, I forgot. Um, oh, yeah, health. We need 25 wood. There you go. We need... Our sick people need to be... here-ish. Should I build it far, near? I have no idea. I'm gonna leave it here. There you go. Sawmill researched. Okay, so now I can build a sawmill. And I can place it here, like this, and make a road to it, like this. There you go. We have 25 people, which is good. Oh, you needed technology, right? Technology tree. Now we are gonna do what? Foragers quarters. That's an interesting one, so I'm gonna start this because I'm gonna need it. So this is day 2, so I'm gonna have to start thinking about building a cookhouse. I'm gonna do it in the evening. There you go. And 5 more engineers. And we have an extra 5 to spare, so there you go. Stockpile depleted. You can be removed. Okay. Gathering possibility. Okay. We need to give people some shelters. Sure. Eventually one of these days. Now, do we have... okay. There's nothing for them to do right now. We have 30 more sick. How many sick people do we have? Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with this. People, tents. We need 3 more tents. So 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna make some streets like this and like this. Okay. So we are gonna get those people. There you go. Boom. Boom. There you go. Shelter promise fulfilled. Everyone needs a roof, if only a flapping one, over their head. Your people look forward to well-deserved rest. Yes, they do. Now we are gonna need to build a cookhouse, because my people need to eat. I'm gonna place it here, and I'm gonna give you... Huh? No. There you go. Just make it work, please. Attends. You know, I like you. Oh. Camp life reality check. As the camp wakes up under dark rain clouds, the mood among our people turns gloomy. Nobody told us we'll be sent to end of nowhere, they grumble. There is nothing for us to do here but work. And they are going to stay a while in this remote, cold, miserable place. If you don't keep their motivation up, the efficiency will suffer. Motivation will fall each morning. Yes, I know. Consider signing a law raising motivation. Yes. But I cannot sign a new law now. Okay. Bathhouse will be my next thing. Make it happen, please. Boom. There you go. And we're gonna make people... We're gonna give them food. Motivation. Many events and factors, some beyond your control, can affect the motivation of your employees. Aim at keeping motivation above 75% to receive 30% efficiency bonus across all workplaces. Prevent motivation from falling below 25% at all costs to avoid a crippling 30% efficiency fall. So, what I said before. Foragers, quarters researched. Okay, now we are gonna have to make one of these. There can only be one. It's like, oh, I forgot the guy's name. You know, that immortal thingy. I'm gonna place it here. Just, you know, why not? There you go. Now you need something more. And let's build the docks. So now we're gonna send somebody somewhere. There you go. So basically what happens is, on the previous maps, you had scouts and you'd send them places and they would find resources for you. Resources and survivors. Now, at this place, there are no, I don't think so, so there are no survivors or resources. You have food. Basically, these guys are hunters. Basically, they will go out to find food, and that's it. At least, that's what I think it is. That means that food is going to be a problem if we have people to have to go out and find it. So, I'm actually thinking that there will be natural problems along the way that will cut us off from the rest of the world, or well, the storm is one of them probably, or the docks will not work, for instance. Or, sorry, not the docks. The fisherman's thingy will not work. That will not be able to give us fish. That's something that I think. So foragers. Foragers can explore the land and bring any supplies they find to the construction site, just like scouts, you see. Foragers camp. They can also set up foragers camps, which supply raw food for a few days until they are exhausted. So if they find a food source, they can set camp there, and they will send food every day to our city, or whatever this is, to our working site. So we have 149 rations, which is very good. And I am going to spend 20 rations so that I can have a motivation burst, you know. Bukalas! We can sign up for new. So, a public house. Hardworking people need to unwind after work in a good company with a stiff drink in hand. New building, public house. Patrons of the public house are less discontented. Motivation will rise slightly. You'll have to build a public house. On the other hand, we have bathhouses. Bathhouses would protect our people from sickness by promoting cleanliness and healthy habits. New building bathhouse. People living near a working bathhouse are less likely to fall ill. Motivation will rise slightly. I'm going to go with this for now, and I'm going to already build my bathhouse now. Oh, you bastard! Okay, I'm gonna have to make. Okay, I'm gonna have to make room for this. So, because the bathhouse doesn't. This has a very wide range. This one does not. Oh, I can actually do this. They actually have the same range. No, they don't. So I'm gonna do this, by the way. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna destroy the chapel after we have the... how long does it last? 2 days. Oh, and I have 4 days to build the bathhouse. So first I'm gonna make the chapel, you know, do their thing. And then I'm gonna start collecting this coal here. Resources, gathering post. And there you go. Wait, don't we need separate bath for ladies and gentlemen? Of course not. It's the future. Kind of. You have 215 food rations. Why the hell are you starving? Hmm? Or hungry? You only feed at night, I think. Can I have resources? Sawmill, chapel, bathhouse. Bathhouses need coal. I learned that on the other gameplay that I did. Versus quarters, and I think I'm gonna grab and place a second. Because if I'm not mistaken, we do have engineers. If we don't, yes, we do. We'll make one. We'll make them. What's it? Cookhouse. Okay. There you go. So let's. Okay. Bump our tech tree. Okay. Foragers have reached the reindeer tracks. A partially eaten reindeer carcass lies in a circle of trampled, blood-stained earth. The tracks lead further. Hunting grounds and nesting place. Now, I know from the previous gameplay that this gives me a dozen of birds circle over a solitary rock outcrop far ahead. I know that this has things, so I'm gonna send them there. In the meantime, I'm gonna push the technology to build the hunters something, so that we can start gathering fish. How many people are sick? None! Very, very good. This is what we want now. Docks researched. Very good. Now, we need this. Fishing harbor. So first I'm going to do this. 50 wood. We don't have 50 wood. Let's grab 50 wood. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. We have 50 wood. So let's do it. Upgrade. Goodbye. And Camp Life Skeptic. You over here, 2 workers arguing over the reality of the global cooling. You really believe this end of the world's rubbish? Me, I'm just here for the money. When we're done with this mad scheme, I can move my family out of St. Giles. Well, then you're a fool, because you'll all die when the frost comes. He turns to you. Ain't it true, sir? Ain't it the truth, sir? And I'm gonna say discipline will rise. So the science says. Motivation will rise slightly, of course. So the science says. Hopefully I haven't shifted story things. Book of laws. Public house. Yes. And I can make a new building, which is the public house. There can only be one public house in the city. So one public house, and there you go. We have 25 people. Foragers have reached the nesting place. This inaccessible rock is a nesting place for numerous birds. The ground around it is covered with fish remains. Birds nesting. Okay, you bastards. Oh no, yes, I remember this. I actually had to go to the lake full of fish, which is probably what you want to go to. So let's go to the lake full of fish. You can see light reflexes on a large body of water in the distance. Birds fly from its direction carrying fish. So yes, this is where you need to go. Okay, steel pipe depleted, gathering post depleted. Okay, so no more things there, which is okay. We have 100 coal. Boom. No citizens. You have to... Oh, public house built. Public house has been established. Motivation rises. Thank you. Now we have to go to our fishing harbor. Yes. This will give us food, and we need food. So, yes. Next. We have to build the docks, don't we? Docks. There you go. Workshop. Sawmill, basic docks, cookhouse. Okay, I'm gonna have to build the so this is okay, cooldown. Okay, we're gonna have to make things happen eventually. There you go. Boom. Let's what do I want? I'm gonna start with steel. And I'm gonna have to find a way to okay, let's just let them do their thing. Boom. Foragers have reached the lake full of fish. The lake is teeming with fish. Dozens of birds hunt them, swapping and diving into the water. Search the area. Rich fishing ground. There's plenty of fish in this lake. We could stay here for a few days and catch them. I see. So it's a great place to set up a fishing camp. The camp will deliver 80 raw food every 1 day, in total of 720 raw food over the next 9 days. Set up camp. So there you go. We catch fish in the lake and send them to the camp. We're gonna empty the lake. 80 raw food. Okay, at the same time we're making more ways to actually grab food. Docks. Docks unload ships bringing in coal, wood and steel from local sources. You have to choose which resource they will handle. You can build up to 4 docks. Unloaded resources pile up around the docks. You can gather them in 3 ways: by assigning people directly to the piles, the least efficient method; by building gathering posts nearby and assigning people to them; or by building reloading stations on each pile, the most efficient method. So for now I'm gonna build gathering posts. Oh, what happened? Oh, I can assign a new law. House of Pleasure. Our hard-working people deserve all the relief we can provide, and some of them yearn for the pleasure of the flesh. Prostitutes can be employed in the public house to increase motivation. Employed? I actually thought that there were only men here. Okay. How do we choose men or women? Or woman? Telegraph station, basic facilities. Now that we have built the basic resource infrastructure, we can set about bringing more people and steam cores from England. To do this, we have to build the telegraph station. I see. So we're gonna have to build the telegraph station. We're gonna. I haven't forgotten why. Is one of them sick? Oh no, it has gone to eat. Oh, excuse me. Go and eat. What happened? Oh, we're almost there. Oh, indignant engineer. An engineer complains to you: "Sir, it seems I've been mistakenly lodged in a tent full of workers. Now you see, I don't have anything against workers, but they're quite loud and, well, they sort of smell. Could you make sure that I get moved to an engineer's tent?" Of course not. No, we have to make do. So, fishing harbor researched. Yes, now we're gonna do what? Reloading station. Ventilation plant. Fishing harbor. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the reloading station. That way I can completely skip the thingy. The gathering resource. We're out of wood. Okay. There you go. Boom. News from London. The line is open. Good work on settling up the construction camp. Now that we have a line of communication, use it to request resources. We will provide what we can, but be aware that our camp is not the only project we supply. There are 2 other construction sites in your area. Together, these 3 generators will secure shelter for inhabitants in Liverpool. Should the worst happen, of course it's not going to happen, it's going to be a breeze. Their fate is in your hands. Do not let them down. We shall succeed. So I'm going to start by requesting. For now, I'm going to request. Of course. Okay, it's going to take them 1 day. Telegraph station. Additional personnel and resources that are not locally obtainable, such as steam cores, can be ordered through the telegraph station. A line of communication with company office in London or source of additional manpower, advanced technology and news. Transporting people and resources from the homeland incurs logistical costs which limit the maximum size of the order. The logistical limit grows constantly over time. So that means that the limit, we're going to be able to have more and more resources over time. Okay. There we go. Now, 1 day and 18 hours. So I'm going to remove this. So I'm then going to put the bathhouse. Oh, sorry. Where are you? Let's remove this. And then I'm gonna place the tone. Thank you. Bathhouse. Boom. And the bathhouse will serve almost the entirety of this. And then I'm gonna do people. Chapel. Okay, we need wood. Not the problem. Bathhouse established. Bathhouse has been built. Now people can take care of their hygiene needs. Now we're gonna need to remove this because this is the only house that it's not covered by the bathhouse. So I'm gonna take it eventually. But first I'm gonna have to. So we're gonna research and build docks. Done. Start gathering resources piled up by the docks. Attends. Start gathering resources piled by the docks. There are no more resources. Okay. I'm not sure what it means, but we'll make it happen. There you go. This is from the there are no more resources. Okay. 3 days and oh. Okay. Generator shaft structure. Now that you have the basic infrastructure, it's time to start with the construction of the generator. Build a profiles manufacturer, then produce 8 structural profiles that will allow you to set up the shaft structure. Okay. Reloading station research. Okay. Now. So, people. Chapel. 30 wood. There you go. So where am I going to put the chapel? So I can place it here. Like this. And then I can... Oh... this way. And then I can grab and place a tent here, like this. And then I can remove this from here. And hopefully things will be good. Or at least I hope so. Transport has arrived. Okay. New technology. What can we do? Faster reloading. Okay, I'm gonna go with the faster gathering for now. And we have 184 food rations. That means that I'm also gonna have to make something, which is the resource depot. What did I put? Okay. Oh, I can place it here. Okay. And I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna fill it with, generator construction. The generator is erected step by step. In each of these steps you will build its section or sections selected from the generator tab. To build sections of the generator you'll need special materials, structural profiles, steam exchangers and steel composites. They are manufactured in plants built in the construction site. Okay. You can also excuse me, which is what I have over here. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, we're gonna make it on food rations because we're gonna have plenty of it. Now there is the fishing harbor, so I'm gonna have to 199. My friends, it's been 42 minutes, so I'm gonna cut the game eventually. We have full coverage of bathhouse, full coverage of the chapel, evening service. Listening to the words of our spiritual leaders raises everyone's motivation. Oh, thank you, the Lord. What am I going to do next? On-site burials. We will consign the bodies of our dead to the stony soil of this faraway land. It would be too expensive to bring them back to England. Okay, cemetery. Each burial will decrease motivation. You will have to establish a cemetery. Motivation will fall slightly. However, if we do on-site burials, repatriation of bodies, we will lay our dead to rest in England soil. Their bodies will be kept in the morgue until they can be transported. You're gonna have to build a morgue, of course. No risk of disease from buried bodies. Preparing bodies for transport costs wood. Okay. Hearty meals. We could serve tastier and more nutritious food to motivate our people. Of course, it would require more raw food to prepare. New recipe, hearty meal, available in cookhouse. Eating hearty meals will increase motivation. Oh, okay. Sign me up, Scotty. So it's actually beating me up, I know, but I'm gonna do it hearty meals. Okay. Due to high motivation, efficiency rises by 30%. Yes! So we have crossed that land. I work a lot and I have to eat well. It's only just. Our boss knows how to please hard-working people. High motivation. Sir, people are so highly motivated that many of them perform their jobs with enthusiasm. The efficiency in all workplaces rises as a result. Well done. Thank you very much. So, okay, I'm gonna allow this. I'm gonna allow one more day to be passed, and then I'm gonna cut the game. We have 151. Working hours. Oh, how I wish I could bump this up. But we cannot, at least not for now. And we have access to lots and lots of coal. How much coal are we using? We are gaining 182. We are consuming 72. Okay. $10. Faster gathering researched. Okay, now. Resource depot upgrade, sawmill upgrade. What will this do? Allows us to introduce workplace improvements that will raise the efficiency of all sawmills and steel sawmills by 25%. More foragers or forager carts. This will give me faster carts. This will give me more foragers. So this will give me 100% more things. So I'm gonna go with this. Oh, by the way, I can request more things. Logistical limit 42. This limit rises over time. It reflects the current logistical means assigned to this renovated construction site. Do I need more people? Yes, but not for now. So we have 5 steam cores. Next, I'm gonna ask for probably engineers. End of a world. Letters from home. Sir, supply ships bring posts from the crew for the crew from time to time. For security reasons, all letters are opened and read, but we may sometimes ask you for instructions. In this case, an engineer received a letter from relatives in India. They explained that a sudden frost devastated their plantation and they are going back to England, as the colony is descending into chaos and the population is rising up against the British rule. Surely we cannot let such information impact the morale of our people. Discontent will rise. Yes, do not censor the letter. I don't mind. As long as the motivation is still there, we are okay. Oh, the discontent hasn't risen. Okay, it's probably being stopped by the public house thingy. Public house. House of pleasure customer 0. Oh, it's only open at night, which makes kind of sense, I guess. We need to build the profiles manufacturer. More foragers. Yes. So let's first. This building can't support another expedition. Current limit 1. At least 15 citizens must be available. Okay. I get it. We don't have enough people. So thanks to improved people employed in medical will heal the sick 10% faster. I'm gonna go with this for now. We have 165. Ooh, I forgot one very important thing, which is the fishing harbor, which I'm gonna place here. Now, why here? Because docks require a gathering post, so I think it's better to be closer to the base. So that's just because of that, nothing special. Okay. And here we go, my friends. That's it. I'm gonna cut the game here. I apologize for restarting the game, but it happens once in a while. Things happen, and since I don't take my preventive measures, to prevent catastrophes like what happened to me. My computer just, it didn't break, but things didn't go well, and I didn't take care of the backing up files and stuff, and for some reason that I don't understand, either I didn't have my Steam backup set up or activated or something. What happened was I just don't have my save file, so I had to restart again. I went and make sure that I have the Steam. I don't know if I activated actually. I don't know if it was disabled and I activated it, or if it was disabled. I don't know. All I hope is that this doesn't happen again. And that's it, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this little gameplay. And as always, I hope to see you all on my next video. Bye-bye.